Hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel, where I go over some known and some unknown paranormal cases, anywhere from mysterious sightings to possessions to hauntings, all of the above in the paranormal field. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video with your thoughts or opinions or experiences. So today's case takes place in the rural community of Elkhorn, Wisconsin, on Bray Road, a 17-mile stretch of road dating back to colonial times, when it was known as the King's Highway. Like other roads, it's very normal, except for the terrifying creature that supposedly lingers in its vicinity. Elkhorn, Wisconsin is a small rural town with roughly a population of 6,500 people. Elkhorn was known as the Christmas card town, surrounded by a rich prairie and dotted with cornfields and dairy farms. About an hour's drive from Milwaukee, not the sort of place you would hear about a paranormal case. But soon, something would change this town forever. The first sighting of what would come to be known as the Beast of Bray Road occurred in 1936, when a night watchman by the name of Mark Shackleman was on duty for a nearby Catholic convent, St. Coletta School for the Exceptional Children. So I was able to find a picture of St. Coletta School, and just by looking at it, it just gives you the creeps. I mean, buildings that look like that already kind of just make you feel like they're haunted or something's going on with it paranormal. But it was pretty cool that I was able to find a picture of it. A creepy fact that I came across was that this convent was the same place that Rosemary Kennedy was housed after her father, Joseph Kennedy, had her lobotomized for agitated depression to combat her violent mood swings in 1941. Mark Shackleman was walking through the fields near the convent when he saw something perched on top of a nearby Native American burial ground mound, and what he described as a hairy humanoid creature, standing between 6 and 7 feet tall, resembling a wolf or a bear, clawing at the ground. Its speech was half beast, half human, and the watchman caught the strong scent of rotting flesh. He slowly tried to approach it to get a better look, but it fled. The following morning, Shackleman told his wife about the creature, describing that its thumbs and little fingers appeared shriveled, notably shorter than the others on its hands. During daylight hours, Shackleman returned to the mound and discovered raking marks in the dirt. Once night came, Shackleman went back again and, to his surprise, saw the creature again. This time it did not flee. It stood face to face with Shackleman, who later estimated it to be nearly 7 feet tall. He said the creature was covered with dark black hair, gave a bad odor like long dead meat, and terrifying glowing eyes. And it made a sound. It was a 3-syllable growl, low and mean, something like Gadara. He quotes, "I did the only thing I could do. I prayed to God to save me, and it turned and slowly walked away. For a long time I stood there. That bad smell hung in the air, and then I said another prayer of thankfulness. I never saw that thing again, or anything even like it." Some who heard Shackleman's story assumed it was a hellhound, a mythical beast often found in ancient European and biblical literature. The growl of a hellhound was once described by writer Bob Trushaw as a halfway station between articulate speech and silence filled with emotion and power, but utterly lacking in reason. Then there was what Shackleman heard the creature say, Gadara, which shares a remarkable resemblance to Gadara, a site mentioned in the Bible as a location in ancient Judea where Jesus exorcised a demon-possessed man coming from the tombs. Just as Shackleman described, it had been clawing at a burial mound. Among believers, though, this hellhound explanation for the Beast of Bray Road carries little credence. Rather, it highlights how the creature seems to defy explanation. When we come across something beyond our understanding, it is often easier to compare it to what you do know. In any case, though, this is where Shackleman's story ends. The creature vanished, and time goes by without ever being seen. 50 years after this strange sighting, stories of the creature once again began to surface. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, more witnesses would come forward, claiming to have encountered the Wisconsin wolf. Though mostly seen around Elkhorn, locals also reported sightings of the beast as far as Walworth, Racine, and Jefferson County. The first of these encounters with the so-called Wisconsin werewolf occurred in the fall of 1989, around 1:30 a.m. Lori and Drizzy was driving home along Bray Road from a lounge in Elkhorn called the Jury Room, where she worked as the manager. There, off to the side, she saw a massive creature, its back turned to her. But as she continued along the road, she glanced back and caught a view from the front. It was kneeling, she said. Its elbows were up and its claws were facing out. So I knew it had claws. I remember the long claws, she said. But unlike many animals, which would turn and run when headlights were aimed at the creature, instead turned and stared at her. Terrified, Drizzy drove home as quick as possible. The next morning, she decided to go to the local library to dig through catalogs and find something that might explain what she saw. What she found was an entry in the Golden Book of Mysterious, published in 1976, labeled Werewolf. It was night and it was late, but I know what I saw, said Drizzy. You don't make a mistake like that. To this day, I believe it was satanic. It was a feeling. I don't believe in werewolves, but I believe something could be, well, conjured up. 2 years later, another local named Doris Gibson claimed to have seen the beast. It was Halloween night, 1991. Gibson was driving along the road through fog when she hit something and felt her front tire lift off the ground. After driving another 50 feet, she stopped the car and got out to see the damage to her car. There was nothing on the road behind her. As she made her way around the back of the car, it came running out of the woods, she said. Here comes this thing, and it's just running up at me. It was no dog. It was bigger than me. I've never seen a human run like that. Gibson quickly got back in her car and slammed her foot on the gas. At the same moment, the creature caught up to her car and landed on the trunk, only sliding off because it had become slick from the rain and fog, so she managed to quickly escape. Except later that night, she saw it again. She picked up a friend from a party, and on the way home, the friend pointed out the window and screamed, "Look at that thing!" Gibson immediately sped off. When she got home, she noticed claw marks on the back of her blue Plymouth Sundance. As reported by Milwaukee Magazine, Godfrey acknowledged some of the nuances on her website. There is a high possibility that everyone is not always seeing the same thing. There could be a biological, physical animal seen by some while others see phantoms or supernatural entities from a variety of sources. A few may be misidentifications or hoaxes for the most part, though sightings of the Wisconsin werewolf have dropped off since then, but a few still believe the creature lurks in the brush along Bray Road. In any case, the legend of the Beast of Bray Road has solidified itself in the pantheon of American folklore, and who knows, it may still be out there. What do you guys think? Do you think creatures like this actually exist? Creatures like the Loch Ness Monster, or Bigfoot, or Wendigos? I believe that there has been so much lore and legends for generations that there has to be some piece of truth. With strange creatures like this, maybe one day we'll know the truth. Hope you guys enjoyed the case. Look forward to our next one.